I've been bawling my eyes out. And I guess because, I have cancer and I know what it's like to be close to death and thinking you're going to leave behind your dogs and those that you love. And helping those dogs out. And, I'm glad that Uncle Larry came to me. And I'm glad that he finally got to where he found out who those people were and found out about the lady, and she had been dead for 5 years, and her dogs had been living in that trailer like that for 5 years, and it's deteriorated. There's holes all over the place, and that there's rats everywhere and snakes, and I've seen mosquitoes everywhere, but at one point it was a cute little place, and that's where all her hopes and her dreams were. And obviously she must have been single. It was just her and her dogs, and she loved those dogs because there was the Chewy boxes in her room, in her living room. And the dogs would go up underneath the trailer to crawl through a hole to get up inside the trailer. But the door was open in the front. For some reason, they didn't want to use the front door. I don't know. Anyway, so, I'm sitting here thinking all her hopes and her dreams were in that place. And, it was a mobile home, and it had the beautiful little trees, and it probably had a garden at one point because you could see some of the, little things that would be a garden. And that was her life, and she loved her dogs, and she loved her books, and she loved her garden, and then she dies unexpectedly. And her dogs watch her be carried out in a body bag. And they're like, where's our mama? Where's our human? And they wait because they really don't understand death. There hasn't been a whole lot of death around them. So they wait and they wait and they wait year after year after year. And the hope is just lost and gone, especially for the 10-year-old border collie. He knew what love was. He used to sleep in bed with his mama. But the young girl, Cinci, she was young when her human mama died. She was young. And she seen me and she was like, I haven't had love for so long. I forgot what it's like. And I told him your mama didn't mean to die and leave y'all here like this. And so tonight, I went back up underneath there. I went over there to say one last time. I was like, I need to see him one last time because I want to look into that beautiful little angel girl's eyes just one last time before I go to bed tonight, and I hold my dogs and I know that they're okay and I'm still alive and cancer hasn't killed me yet. And so it's like my stomach is just in knots because I'm hurting so much and I need to get home. And so I'm like, Cinci, come and see me. And she went over there and she said, brother, come and see her. She wants to see us. She has treats for us. And brother, Shooter, he was very accepting at first, but I think he's sick. I really do. He's 10, and I don't know what's going on. It could very well be his emotions, but it also could be that he's sick. He's 10 years old. There's mosquitoes everywhere. I'm sure there's heartworms. They both have heartworms. They're going to go to the vet. We're getting everything arranged for all of that now. But she goes to her brother, and she's like, brother, She wants to talk to us. She wants to see us. And Brother says, no, I can't. I can't talk to her. I don't want to talk right now. So Cinci is like, he doesn't want to talk right now. And I don't know if I should come over right now because Brother is saying that. And I have to listen to my big brother. And so she sits there for a minute and she looks at me and I'm like, I have treats, honey. And then I say, you know what? You should probably go talk to your brother and tell him that I'm your Auntie Lisa and I love y'all. And so she goes and she walks right away. She knows exactly what I'm saying. And she goes up underneath that trailer. And she just sits there with her brother. I can't see the brother by that time. But I can see her. I can see her white figure. It was getting dark. And she's just looking at me and she's like, I have to listen to what my big brother says. I can't see you right now. I can't come over right now. I don't know when I can. And my heart just breaks. Because they haven't had any human contact in 5 years. And there was just somebody that would go out there and just feed him food and then leave and give him some water and that's it. And it was somebody in the family that I guess cared enough about the dogs to do it, but the rest of the people, they just really didn't want anything to do with the dogs at all. And as far as they were concerned, as far as I understand, they were just abusers and neglectors. So, anyway, that's the story about how we build up our dreams and we have our goals and we live our lives. And then we leave behind those that we love, and sometimes there are fur babies that we spend every moment with as much as we can, more than we do with anybody else. And then there's nobody there for them. And then a lot of times it happens is the family will say, yes, I'll take care of them. I'll make sure that they're taken care of. And then they die. The human dies. And then the family doesn't care at all. It just throws those dogs away. They end up in shelters and they end up being put to sleep and dying because there's like over 16,000 cats and dogs in America that die every day in shelters because there's not enough people that care. And the people that do care, they spend a lot of their time trying to rescue the dogs, and then they watch the dogs get put down because there wasn't enough people to care. Okay, so Cinci and Shooter have got a place to go to after they come out of the vet. But first of all, I have to go get their cages, and we're waiting on a few things to fall in place, and then they're going to be loved. But I don't know if Shooter's going to be able to make it or not. We don't know what's going on with him. And it's going to be a little process trying to get him and his sister, and they're probably going to feel really, really, really terrified whenever they leave that place, the only place they've ever known. And my heart is breaking for him. And like I said, I have stage 4 cancer, and I've been fighting for my own life and my own dogs and my own dreams. And I'm trying to fight for these dogs too. And that's the story for today.